Welcome back to my Meal Prep Sundays, and I'm here to show you a delicious breakfast pizza recipe. It's low carb, diabetic friendly, and gluten free. Let's take a look at our ingredients. I have sharp cheddar cheese, a red onion, some turkey sausage, a jalapeno pepper, eggs, and bell peppers. Now, of course, the jalapeno pepper is totally optional, but I like for my pizza to have a little bit of spice. I also like to eat it with hot sauce. So the first thing we've done is I've lined a cookie sheet or a baking tray with parchment paper so that this doesn't stick, and I poured my entire bag of sharp cheddar cheese onto the parchment paper. Now once I get it spread in an even layer, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make holes for my eggs, and that is what I'm doing right here. So I'm doing 3 by 3 because I'm going to be using 9 eggs and I'm going to be making 9 slices of breakfast pizza. Now on my meal prep series, if you've been following along, I have done all types of recipes. I've done gluten-free, I've done low carb, I've done high fat, I've done high protein, I've done breakfast, I've done dessert, lunch, dinner. But this recipe right here might be my favorite that we have tackled thus far. You can see in that photo that I just showed you how I made holes for the eggs, and now I'm just going to crack 9 eggs directly into each one of the holes in the cheese that I've made. And what's amazing about this is that the cheese is going to act as a little cup for the egg, and it's going to hold the yolk and all the white so it doesn't bleed out or go anywhere. And this dish is so incredibly pretty for that reason. Another thing that is so great about it is it's super simple. These are ingredients that probably everyone has in their home, but this dish, this recipe is so versatile. There are so many variations that you can make. On my blog post, I think I gave you like 5 different ways that you can make this recipe. You can make it according to some of the best pizza recipes on the planet, like the margarita pizza and so many others, buffalo chicken pizza. You just take the basic concept of your cheese as your crust, and then you can play around with it. You don't have to use eggs, of course, you can use other things. And now that I got all of my eggs cracked into their little nest, I'm going to do a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm a little heavy on the pepper, so if you're not, don't worry about it, but you're going to see quite a bit of pepper on my eggs. And I'm not quite as heavy on the salt, and that's because there is already salt in so many of the other ingredients, but also because I'm trying to watch my salt and I don't like my food to be overly salty. This low-carb diabetic breakfast pizza recipe would be amazing for a brunch menu because it is beautiful, it is tasty, it is easy to make ahead, it is perfect. Now I'm taking 2 patties of the pre-cooked turkey sausage, and I did this because I like the turkey. It has a little bit less fat, it has fewer calories, trying to stay a little bit healthier. And I'm going to chop up these sausage patties into bite-sized pieces so that I can sprinkle that on top of my pizza. I am going to be careful that I don't sprinkle it directly on the eggs because I really want to make sure that that yolk can be seen because it is just too pretty. So I'm going to sprinkle my toppings around those eggs and keep it on top of the cheese. A nice little crumble of bacon would also be great. I actually did bacon the last time I made this recipe. I did a little bit of bacon and the sausage. Totally delicious. So you can feel free to customize this any way that you like. And again, the whole point of meal prepping is to save you time, and this dish does that. It takes all of 5 minutes or less to get this in the oven, and then it bakes in the oven for 15 minutes. So you're looking at a dish that cost you 20 minutes and you were only active for 5 of the 20. So I'm telling you, it's amazing. I cannot sing the praises of this dish enough. And the fact that it tastes delicious is the cherry on top. So there you can see the sausage, and now I'm going to go for bell pepper. You can do any color that you like. I actually chose red today because I wanted the contrast of colors. We eat with our eyes first, and so I didn't want to choose yellow because the cheese is yellow, and I would have chosen green. I love green bell peppers, but I'm actually going to put slices of the green jalapeno. So I thought a pop of red would be stunning on here, and I was right. It looks really good. And then we go into our red but purple onion, as some people like to say. Some people call it red onion, some people call it purple onion. I don't care. I just know that I love it. It tastes great, and it's also beautiful, and we're getting another color. I mean, just look how fantastic that looks. And I also had the slices of jalapeno on there. So I'm going to pop it in the oven for 15 minutes, and that is it, guys. It is ready. Now, if you prefer your egg to be runny, you're going to have to take it out earlier than 15 minutes. This is not a runny yolk at all. And if you want that crust to be crispier, then you're going to have to go a little bit longer. But this is perfect to me, and as it cools, it crisps up a little bit more. So I'm just going to take my pizza cutter. I'm going to cut it into 9 slices. And that is super easy to do. Of course, I'm just going to cut around the eggs, and that's the beauty of it, that each one of these eggs is the center of a slice, so it is easy to portion this out. And it tastes great the next day. It tastes great warmed up all week long, which is the point, right? Meal prep should taste good. So there you can see the 9 slices of pizza, and I knew I wanted to give this a taste for you. So I'm going for that center piece, and it actually has quite a bit of pepper on it, but that's okay. I love pepper. And you will see this recipe appear later on my blog, probably another meal prep Sunday, but made a little bit differently for maybe a lunch or a dinner option. This is beautiful and delicious for breakfast, but I really want to dive into some of those other variations. I hope you make it.